Cleanliness is one of the most important parts about a resume. You want it to be appealing to the eye. So if an employer sees bad formatting or something that does not look, neatly put together, they're not going to consider it if it's really sloppy. But they'll also look at the content. But really, if someone does not put time into make your resume look nice, is that person going to put time into the job and putting really good effort into the job, or are they going to be lazy and sloppy? So that's kind of what good formatting conveys to an employer. So I'm going to go through with you some examples and let you see what's wrong with it or what's not wrong. So this example kind of shows an example CV, my own CV. And CV is like an academic resume that shows publications and presentations. It's more for if you want to be a faculty member somewhere or any kind of research position. So I'm going to let you look here and see what is wrong with this part of the resume. So what's wrong with it is you can see a page break right here. So what's going on is I have a title of one of my publications, and the title goes to the next page. It's very broken up, very hard to read. So you don't want that to happen. How you fix it is you just bring this line down to the next page. Even if there's a little bit of extra space at the bottom of the first page, that's fine, as long as it's not looking like it's broken up and hard to see everything at once. Now with this one, there's two things wrong, so I'll let you have a second to find the errors. So in this, there is the bullet points and alignment. So you see here I use bullet points, but down here I use dashes. Consistency is very important in a resume. You want to be consistent. So if I were to have like bullet points here and something above the courses I teach, and then have another set of points saying the courses I teach, then dashes would be okay for the next level of bullet points. But I go from round points to dashes without any other levels to go through. And also, you have the alignment is wrong. So these bullet points should be aligned the same with these dashes, or they should be bullet points. So it should line up going straight down, but it doesn't. It's off. And those things employers notice. If you have someone that's very OCD, like myself, I would notice that immediately if I was hiring somebody. This one has a lot of errors, so we'll go through it all together. But I'll let you have a second to look at it. So the first ones is if we can notice the dates. So what is wrong with the dates? Up here I use months in a year. And down here I just use years, and I do dashes to present. So once you get farther away from your graduation date, you don't need to put months anymore, because people know it happens sometime that year. If it's during the year, you want to specify when. Like if you're applying for a job in July and you graduated in May, that's okay to put that. But you want to be consistent. And then also the alignment of the dates. So we have the dates mainly on the side for these sections, but then in my professional experience area, I have the dates offshoot over here. That's not consistent either. So how would I know if I was looking to hire somebody? How would I really know when these jobs were? I would have to search and find it. But when I look at when my awards were given to me, it's right there. It's so easy to spot. So you want to make it very easy to read for the employer. Also, inconsistency is the title headings. So for education and professional development, they are not bolded. But for professional experience and awards, I have it bolded. Be consistent. Also, there's errors you can put with inconsistency in your writing, not just formatting and looks. So here, for Kingdom College in Troy, I put that I am an adjunct instructor. That's my job title. And then I put the school right next to it. But then, in the last two, for my jobs I've had in the past and currently, I put the department I worked under first. So I put Center for Student Success and Student Support Services. And then I put my job title down here in this area, like below where I put my department. That is not the same as this. So the employer would have to look at what my job title is. So that's a big inconsistency, big no-no. So I mentioned this before, reader friendly. You really want to make it reader friendly. So bolding helps, bullets, all caps in some instances, not all over the place. You don't want the employer to think you're yelling at them. Indentations, spelling out acronyms the first time you use an acronym. So those that were in the military, there's a lot of acronyms. You should definitely spell those out on the first time. And consistency, and I won't talk about that anymore because I just said it a million times. But reader friendly, make it reader friendly. Also, some good things to use if you're in person, use resume paper. Resume paper you can find anywhere, and it has a heavier weight to it. It looks nicer, and if you're handing out your resume like at a job fair, you would want to print out resume paper. Print your resume on resume paper. So these are some options you can find out there in the stores. You want to do 1-inch margins. You don't want your words going to the very edge of the page because then you're just cramming things in, and just go to the second page. It's okay. If you're getting to that point, which I currently am in my own resume, just go to the second page. You want to use standard fonts, not Comic Sans. So like Times New Roman, Arial, there's a lot of those. Black ink is definitely a good one. You don't want it to be all pink like in the first video I've showed you. So keep it simple. And also this funny about fonts. Fonts matter. This is sweet. This looks like a serial killer.